Now to the rest of the day's news, and the veteran Palestinian journalist Shireen Abu Aqla from the broadcaster Al Jazeera has been shot dead while covering an Israeli army raid in the occupied West Bank. She died as the raid took place on the Jenin refugee camp. Her employer, Al Jazeera, said she was shot in the face by Israeli soldiers and was wearing a flak jacket marked press. Israel denies targeting journalists and says the Palestinians have rejected their offer of a joint investigation. Well, journalist Mujahid al-Sadi was there when the shooting happened. Here's his account of what took place.
What happened was we were waiting for our colleagues to enter the refugee camp at the point where the Israeli army was present. We chose a point that did not have any confrontations between the youth and the militants. We got to a point where we waited for Shireen to put on all her safety gear. She then reached us and we moved a few metres. We exposed ourselves to the army and the passers-by that we are Press TV. We arrived and within seconds there was the first shot. I told them that we are being targeted, we are being shot at. I turned and found Shireen on the ground. I found Shatha shielding herself by a tree and screaming. I turned and found Shireen on the ground in the first few seconds with the shooting, and we were telling each other we were being shot at. The shooting continued for more than 3 minutes on the teams that were there.
That was Mujahid al-Sadi, a colleague of Shireen, who was with her at the time. Well, our Middle East correspondent Tim Franks is in Jerusalem. He says it's still not clear exactly what happened.
There certainly are extremely strong statements. I mean, the Palestinians are absolutely unequivocal about this. Al Jazeera itself has said that she was shot by Israeli soldiers. They've described it as cold-blooded killing. Qatar, which owns the Al Jazeera network, one of their foreign ministers has described it as state-sponsored terrorism. Now, the Israeli authorities, both the government and the army, have said that when Shireen died, there was, as they put it, indiscriminate firing from Palestinian militants, and it is possible, they say, that she was caught in crossfire. They've yet to offer firm evidence of that. They've offered a joint investigation, which has been turned down by the Palestinians, and I understand that Palestinian doctors are currently carrying out an autopsy on Shireen's body in the Palestinian city of Nablus. But as far as both sides are concerned, they understand that this is an extremely high-profile death, made all the more high-profile by the fact that she had US citizenship, and the American ambassador in Jerusalem has called for a full investigation.
That's our correspondent Tim Franks reporting there from Jerusalem. Let's just take you live now to Ramallah, where hundreds of people have gathered, and we understand that Shireen's body has arrived in the area. The veteran Palestinian journalist Shireen Abu Aqla from the broadcaster Al Jazeera, who has been shot dead while covering an Israeli army raid in the occupied West Bank. We can see scores of people gathered there in Ramallah in the square as they welcome or commemorate the death of Shireen Al-Aqla, and her body has arrived there. The US has urged a transparent investigation into her killing in the occupied West Bank.